I mean, Dana, talk dirty to me. That's how
Yeah,
we're gonna
right.
start. That's it. Welcome, everyone. Dana's talking dirty to me. Just wait till you figure out and find out what she's saying to me right now. Whisper those
Fandom. I
sweet
said the word
nothings into my ear, Dana.
fandom.
Fandom.
There's a whole Wikipedia thing on fandom, and then
Yeah.
it actually takes you from like just general fandom, and then there are links to
All the
fandom.
fandoms.
That's all the fandoms,
All the
like
fandoms.
Star Wars and all these other, yeah, everything from sports to something your family all does to it's just
Video
it's a thing.
games to movies
Yeah,
to books
yeah,
to I mean,
yeah, yeah.
I mean, yeah,
It's ways of building community, right? I mean, it's you connect with other
yeah.
people that have that same fandom. Yeah.
Totally. I also will say that I am engaging. So I am using, albeit I understand this, um, an avoidant coping strategy.
Oh,
I'm avoiding the current political
oh yeah,
situation in the United States
yeah,
by okay. So I'm not being completely irresponsible.
right. Yeah,
I'm reading a summary. I'm not even listening to one or watching one. I'm
nice.
reading a summary on a neutral news so
Yeah.
Bastion, not Bastion, I'm sorry, ground news will
Oh,
tell you
nice.
like if articles are
Give you
more
like the
right or left leaning
synopsis
and
of
stuff.
things and
But I will
yeah,
just read a summary every Sunday about what's
yeah,
happening.
that's good.
And for the rest of the
Yeah.
time, I'm just listening to fantasy stories.
Fandom yeah, good. It's better for
And
you.
and I'm now into progressive RPGs, stories. I'm just finished the audiobook of Mark of the Fool. If you are wanting the most like such a great underdog story, it's not only underdog, it's
Yeah.
like how he deals with I would say like a disability that he's
Oh, yeah,
been
yeah,
given
yeah,
that's invisible. It's like such an interesting
yeah.
story, but it is also performed by Travis Belvedere, how do you say his
Oh,
name?
the book on tape thing. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh, he is the story is great. The performance, their narration is phenomenal.
Oh,
And
nice.
I just finished book 9 and each book is 20 hours. So if that tells you
Whoa. Okay. Yeah.
where I am,
Wow.
that's how and I feel like mentally and emotionally
Yeah.
happier.
You feel better. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We do that with sports, right? So we're in this
Yeah.
household when baseball's
Yeah.
over, there's about a month of clinical depression.
Sorry guys.
Like,
And I mean and your year is really over. I mean, no,
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah,
got
yeah. But
hockey,
we're
but I know
also
you're
LA fans.
baseball.
We are super duper Dodgers fans too. So we're happy about that.
Yeah.
Don't tell your husband. But it really is a sort of collective connection. So I'm thinking we have all these series that have been dumped this fall and we want to watch, and we keep saying the same thing to each other: when baseball's over, when baseball's over, because we need to fill the void with something. And even
Yeah.
that can be like that fandom. Like we're super excited to watch the next series of Slow Horses. And then if you're talking with friends and family or whatever, or even online, there are all groups that you can talk about this stuff with. It is a form of fandom. I'm a client of mine after the second season of Andor came out. Well, during the second season, she
Oh.
joined a Facebook group that was
Oh.
just doing chats about each episode and sort of analyzing it and talking about the political corollaries and this. And she was totally, and I was like, that is really cool. And that is like that fandom thing. I do think it helps us process like what's happening in our lives now, to have that connection with someone else who's done. And one of the definitions, regardless of the site I was looking at, said that we do deep dives into that. I mean, that's one of the criteria of fandom, right? So you can
Mhm.
talk with someone else about something that have like a super special interest in, or you're deep diving and you want to know every little minutia of it, right? You can talk to someone else that knows those things too. And it does build that kind of community, that you have that understanding. You might not know a thing about each other otherwise, but you can talk about that one thing, right? Yeah.
It's so awesome too because I feel like to have a special interest which
Yeah,
when you
yeah,
have special interests, right, that usually means there have been deep dives of this
yeah,
topic,
yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah,
already.
yeah.
To be able to share that with someone else
Mhm.
is really great. Like, I was late to the pit,
Mhm. I
but
still
I
haven't watched it
watched
yet. Is it's good?
oh,
Okay.
it's like 24. Did you ever watch 24 with Kiefer
No.
Sutherland back
Nope.
in the day?
No.
The
Mm.
idea of that is, an hour of TV is a real hour in the show.
Oh, oh, okay. That's
So,
cool.
like, the pit is 15 hours. I mean, shifts are 12 hours, but of course, you know what hits the fan in your last
Yeah.
hour of your
Yeah,
shift, I'm
yeah.
sure, right? It's
Yeah, right.
so they're there for
Yeah.
another 3 hours or whatever. But it's like it's like 24 meets the bear. Like in that
Oh,
kind
okay.
of intensity,
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
just like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
That
I
yeah,
found it,
it's a good example of like when you're into something, when you talk to someone that doesn't, because I've watched The Bear, my wife hasn't.
yeah.
And to go into to she's working in the kitchen and we have this, she says, I don't want to hurt your feelings at all. I love that you're getting into the shows you're watching. But when I'm in the kitchen and the entire house is totally quiet because I do it in headphones, so I can hear everything, and you go, "Ah!" It's like she'll hear it, like it'll scare the heck out of her, and I'm like, okay, I have to try to, or like when I was watching Andrew, I'm like, yeah, not realizing like how loud I was. So to have someone who doesn't get it, and then you try to explain it to them, and they're like, okay, it's so great when you have someone who is into it and you
Mm,
can whip each other into a frenzy. It feels so good. I think it's got to be like a dopamine rush because that's the
yeah.
experience I get when I share that stuff with folks. So I'll check
Yeah.
out The Pit. People keep saying how good it is. Yeah.
It's like, you know what? It helped say to myself, gosh, life
My
isn't so
life's not so
bad.
bad. Exactly. I still have all my limbs. I'm yeah, yeah.
It's
Yeah, yeah.
phenomenal. What I'm also loving, so the other thing I love about the pit is there's some really cool autism representation in the pit.
Oh, nice. Like accurate, good.
Yeah,
Not like the good
it
doctor that was painful. Yeah.
there's 3 different autism representations in the pit.
Oh, cool.
And
Okay,
it's
cool.
very cool to see all of
Nice.
those in all different degrees in adults. I think
So
that's
they've
really
done their
fantastic.
research. They're getting their,
Yeah.
yeah, good,
Yeah,
good,
it
good,
looks
good.
like it to me. And the
Nice.
other is that mental health. I'm
Oh,
just loving it. Like Thunderbolts, I loved because that the thematic piece of that was depression and what
oh,
happens in
yeah,
depression.
yeah,
I thought that was so fantastic. And just like being rejects and feeling like rejects and
yeah,
like I
yeah,
loved Thunderbolts. That was
yeah.
fantastic. But the pit really does uh, dive into PTSD. Like, I mean, like,
Oh, that's
so
good because of course, I
mhm,
saw Noah Wiley and thought it's just a new ER and they're reinventing. And
mm,
that show didn't do a good job with that. They showed people suffering, but didn't really. It was just for like sensationalism, right? And I'm like,
mm,
oh, so if this has had a different
mm.
bent to it, it's worthwhile watching
So
that.
good.
Okay,
And then like
cool.
different medical doctors, ER docs and docs have done like reviews of the pit and like
Mhm,
how
mhm.
real
Yeah,
or
they
whatever
won a
it
lot of
is.
awards. Yeah, yeah,
Um,
and the doctors are saying it's realistic. Yeah.
yeah, so that's really great.
Oh
But Andor, I mean, I would say like I think Andor has been
God.
some of the best TV I've seen ever
Yeah,
on
me too.
television.
Yeah,
It's beautifully shot. It's
yeah,
beautifully acted and the script
yeah.
is phenomenal and
Yeah, I was so
it's a
excited when they won
very
some Emmys. They
oh
won
yeah.
some. Yeah, yeah, it
Yeah.
was
And I mean
awesome.
I think it's
Yeah,
like that story is filling in a storyline or a lore gap.
yeah,
And because of that, we have a very clear idea of like where, it ends where Rogue One begins.
yeah,
And
yeah,
so it has to be very organized that way.
yeah,
And so
yeah,
it just was very satisfying, but it's so good.
yeah,
Andor, I
yeah,
mean, I like
yeah,
best,
yeah.
I think some of the best Star Wars I've seen
I
ever.
agree. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
I agree. Yeah,
ever.
yeah.
It's
And
good.
that kind of stuff that like my client did. If you do deep dive into it sort of is like, well, it sort of is like letting you do the deep dives when you have someone else that can have musings with you or think about, or that
Yeah.
one scene, or did you think that maybe this was going on? And
Yeah.
it really is fun to kind of talk about those things and, oh yeah, I didn't see that, and so on and so forth. I mean, that really is the essence of fandom. It's beyond just like reviewing an episode. It's about just feeling like I remember as a little kid, I loved those, was what Viewmaster where you
Oh,
do
the
the little peeky,
Viewmasters.
because you could get your eyes really close and it felt like you were in there, right? As a kid, I'm like, I want to get in there. And that's the way what fandom feels like. It feels like you're in there. It feels like you're a part of it
So
rather than
good.
just watching something. Yeah.
It's so
That's what
good.
I'd say. Yeah.
I have a habit of doing like a debrief, like a new rock stars or like
Yeah.
some kind of like breakdown after I see movies, right? Whether it's
Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah.
so I really like doing that because it just brings up more things that I didn't
Yeah.
think about or
Yeah.
um helps me think about things. And so I find myself escaping into fandoms actually
Yeah.
during
Yeah.
this time
Yeah.
and doing it very purposefully because I was just
Right.
getting so swept away and just and I my mind I just my mind wants to be busy, like my mind
Yeah.
wants to be thinking, which
Right.
minds, brains do like to think and
Yeah.
reason with
Yeah.
things. So
Right.
I just needed to give it something else to think about
Yeah. Exactly.
actually
Yeah. Yeah.
versus
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
happening in
Yeah, and making sure you're giving your brain something that is pleasurable rather than it taking away from that. And then for me, around unhooking from the news, I'm doing like you do. I'm not unaware of what's happening. But I also take solace in, I found myself watching one of the news shows yesterday. I love Nicole Wallace. I just like how she breaks, and I haven't been watching it at all. And why it was on, I was doing something else. They were talking a lot about people that are in the trenches and are doing things that are helping or trying to address what's happening. And I was like, okay, good. So the people that have those skills, have that knowledge, are positioned to be trying to do some things about what's happening, are doing it. Am I in my little room in the middle of Seattle as a psychologist going to be able to go to court and, talk to the Supreme Court about something? No. So I have to know that's happening. And then it
yeah.
made it easier for me to do things like that unhooking and not seeing all the minutia of every. I do this exercise now where I spend a second on CNN, MSNBC. This is online in the morning. I do it in this order purposefully. CNN headlines. I don't click on any stories. I just see what's there. MSNBC. Then I go to AP. Then I go to Reuters. Then I go to Snopes, which will defunct all the rumors that are out there. And then when I just see how different those news organizations look at things, then I go to BuzzFeed. or and I love the stuff that's like a fandom thing. Like when Andor first came out, they're like, "Oh, these wonderful memes about Andor,"
So good.
and so you find ways to what's comfortable for you, so you're not completely out of the loop, and then have cake. If what's going on out here is a poop pie, don't eat it. Know it's there. Know it's horrible. Know that some people are getting off on eating this pie made out of poop, but you don't have to do it. You can just see it's there. And now I'm going to go over here and eat a big old piece of chocolate cake because I can. It's so much better for you.
It's
Yeah.
intentional. I
Yeah.
think like we all like oftentimes on our show and our
Mhm.
podcast, we talk about intentionality and
Yes.
that intentionality inevitably is connected to efficacy and that
Yeah.
efficacy is inevitably connected to how your well-being, right?
Exactly.
That
Yeah. That's
idea
right.
of I have the power and control to
Yeah.
impact my life in a way that
Yeah.
I imagine.
Yeah.
Um and to be able to do that, I think everyone's got to find their workarounds. We all have our little like I agree with you, Dana. Like I'm not going to be in the courtroom
Hmm.
doing this,
Hmm.
but I can have my little active resistance of not shopping at Target, right? I
That's
can
right. Yeah.
do that.
Exactly. Yeah.
I can
Yeah.
reduce this. I can do all the things, the
Yeah.
little things, my little I'm like I can focus on my little acts of resistance
Yeah.
and not, where I
Hmm.
can
Yeah.
anyway and stay
Like, do
updated.
I donate to the ACLU
Right.
routinely? Yes, because they're the
Right.
ones that are in position to do that stuff.
Right.
Yeah,
Right. So
yeah.
we all find our ways to do what we need to do or want to do. But
Mhm.
I gotta ask yourself, like, what is good for you?
Yeah,
I think as someone, Dana and I are both, I think, similar in this regard, where we weren't really afforded the ability to ask ourselves that as children
right,
or in
right.
our kind of more formative developmental years.
Mhm.
Now we're learning how to ask ourselves that question.
Yeah.
And it's never too late to ask that question. What is
That's
it that
right.
I need? What can I say no to? I don't have to take a serving of poop pie, as Dana
Yeah.
would put it. Dana is taking chocolate cake. What am I doing? I'm probably taking maybe an apple fritter, I'd say,
Oh,
but
yeah.
from Randy's or from Voodoo Donuts. Those are two
Oh, okay.
important.
Those are
I'd
good ones. Yeah.
say maybe a banana cream pie or maybe a banana pudding from like a Magnolia
There you
bakery
go.
could be really great.
There you go. Yep.
I take it.
Yep.
I take a croissant from Cafe Isabelle in Paris. I do
Yeah.
that,
Oh, I would
but
do
then I'd
that
have
because
to
it's
fly
supposed to
my
be, yeah,
amazing. I'd have to fly
yeah,
myself there, like to do. But I mean,
just to do
for
that.
my health, I would need to figure out how to do that.
Sorry, hon, I have to go back to Paris. I know
Ooh,
we're
like
tight on money, but I gotta go.
I know a matcha. I mean, Kyoto and matcha. I,
Yeah.
I I could do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Find
For
those
my health,
things
of
that,
course. For my
of
health,
course,
of
for your health.
course.
That's
Yeah.
exactly right. That's
Yeah,
right.
I
Yep.
could just
Yep. Yep.
imagine myself. Though that's how I'm yeah, that's my coping, everybody. Just
Yeah. And I think that
fantasy, delusion, and
yeah.
avoidance. That's
I think this could be some of what underpins the loving watching similar shows over and over. Because I just think about the shows I watch. Like, I'm just want something on the background while I'm doing a bunch of data crunching the other day. And anytime there's anything Marvel on, I'll leave it on. Right. And
yeah.
one of the Iron Men was on, and I love when he's reading the psych report at the end, and he says, "Flaming case of narcissistic personality disorder," and then there's a pause, and he goes, "Agreed," and then he goes on, and it's just like those. Even I know the movie so well, I know the little scenes, I know like the inflections when they say stuff. I think
Yeah.
that even if I'm not sitting in the room with someone who is geeking out on that, in a way, me geeking out on it because it's happening there, I get that same kind of rush from, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, yeah, for me it's Captain America Winter Soldier. I
Yeah,
can
that's a good
recite
one.
that
Yeah.
whole movie. I
Yeah,
know
the
what's
whole
going
one. Yeah.
on. I do
Yeah.
have to stop and watch the elevator fight scene though because it's marvelous. It's some of the best
Yeah.
choreographed, I think,
Oh, I'll have
fighting
to look
I've
at it from that
ever.
perspective again. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, like, and I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Can
call
you
me
imagine
Chris
how much
Evans.
went into that? Yeah.
Just
Oh,
call
yeah.
me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
I'm
know you're
gay and I think
married.
Chris Evans is
Ah,
adorable. Yeah.
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 That's another
Yeah.
delusion.
Yeah.
But is it delusional, Dana, if I know it's delusional?
No, by very definition, it is no longer delusional.
Correct. So I
Then it's just
feel like
fantasy. It's fantasy.
it's fantasy.
Yeah.
It's also what I like to read. Fantasy.
Oh,
Science
yep.
fiction, fantasy. Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't always have to be along those lines, certainly sports kinds of things. And then just if you're really, I always say to folks, if you're like geeking out on something.
Yeah.
So my wife reads a lot of books, probably in the last 2 years. The books she's getting are all written about women in history that were not recognized in their day. So she read a bunch
Mm,
on women spies during World War II and why were they such effective spies? Because no one was paying attention to the women.
right.
They're like, oh, that's a dude. I got to be careful with the women. No one cared. So all these sort of things that at various points in time in history where women have done these awesome things. And that's sort of like her fandom, you
Yeah.
know? Each one of those books she gets, she's totally getting into that. And it's feeding something for her around, yeah, see, women have done these great things. And so it can be in unexpected places, is my point there. Right.
I
Yeah.
mean, how often do we recommend that someone get a hobby?
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
right, cooking, knitting, crocheting,
Yep.
painting, making
Yeah.
music. I mean, like these types of things too. It's the same idea,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah. But you get to share it with other people and
Mhm.
be collectively connected that way. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we are highly encouraging you to find pleasure,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
in something, and
Mm-hmm.
even with others could be really fun. Oh, that
Mm-hmm.
didn't that kind of finding
Yeah,
pleasure
because
with
you're
others.
you're sharing
What
innuendo aside, you're sharing
I
those
mean,
things.
if you want to find pleasure with others, that's you know what I mean. Whatever, guys, get your head out of the gutter. What?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Come
yeah, yeah.
on.
It's like I can talk to someone that I barely know
Yeah.
who has also seen Killing Eve.
Oh,
And
so
it's
good.
like we were born together,
I
right? I mean,
know.
you instantly for that time, you're just like,
So
you're
good.
right there. And that feels really good. I think especially for neurodivergent people, because you have such a hard we have such a hard time connecting socially. So I think that's why it's sort of the stereotype, but it's a true stereotype of that fandom thing because it's our way of doing that. Yeah. Works
It
really
gives
well.
you a framework or content in which to,
Talk
connect.
about
I
something.
have
Yeah.
never rooted for a quote unquote bad guy as much as Killing Eve.
Oh, totally. Yeah. We'll even say now, like if we do see something in the news, we're like, where is Villanelle when you need her?
We need
Right?
Villanelle.
We need Villanelle. Yeah,
She's
totally.
amazing. If you haven't
Yep.
seen Killing Eve and you like kind of suspense, spy,
Mhm.
fight, like action,
It's a little bit dark, a little bit
um,
graphic, but nothing too not as graphic as
no,
video games. Video
no.
games are far worse. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
It's
it's
good
so
stuff.
it that's good TV. That's just like that's
Yeah,
some really that was a recommendation from Dana that
yeah,
I
yeah.
really just
Especially if you're
ate
a
right up.
woman. I mean, men like it, but it has a sweet spot, I think, more for women.
Other
Yeah,
I mean
because the two main characters are women. Yeah,
yeah, the protagonist and the antagonist are both
yeah,
women.
yeah,
So it's
yeah. It's
it's
good stuff.
very very good. It's like a reluctant love story. It's
Yeah,
really phenomenal and I just love it's and it's and she's so cheeky. Like I just realized I love
yeah,
cheeky characters.
yeah. They used to
I
irritate me, but now I like them.
love cheeky
Yeah,
characters. I
yeah.
think there's just something for me that I'm like, God, I wish I was cheekier.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I wish
Totally.
I could be. A client of mine said the other day, you can still be professional and not boring. And I was like, really, you
Yeah,
can? That's great.
yeah,
Like, it was
yeah.
so fantastic. He's like, but maybe it's like professional but not casual. Like, he
Yeah,
just had
however
a
you
way
define that. Yeah,
to
yeah,
like, use the words
yeah. I think I'm
that
like
I
that teaching with folks because I don't just teach. I my extrovert part, the little part of me that's extrovert comes out and performs a bit, and they seem to like it. So it's still professional. Yeah,
yeah, it's
fun.
fun.
Have
You
fun.
have fun. Have some
Yeah,
fun. Maybe that's like have some
yeah.
effing fun, peeps.
Total tangent, but I remember a friend of mine had a bumper sticker that just said, "Put the fun back in funeral." I just popped into my head. I'm like, hey, funerals could be fun. There's a whole growing swell of funeral homes that are doing things like role play and that in funerals. They're trying to bring, and to me, it's like you're
What?
trying to bring that ritual and connection to the funeral. It's a whole thing now.
Wait,
Google it.
like
Yeah,
you could be like buried like a soldier, like a
yeah,
Viking soldier. Like, would you put my
totally.
ashes into a boat and send me out
Yeah.
and then like an archer like
Yep.
lights the
Yep.
boat up?
Yep.
Oh,
Oh, you can actually do that with Neptune Society. They'll do that. Yeah. If you get cremated and then they do that with your ashes, it's a thing.
I have instructed Mia to take my ashes, um, mix it with some glitter, clearly, and
Oh,
put it in a
nice.
salt and like a salt shaker. And then, like, when she just travels, I just need her to, like, shake me somewhere. So it's like, just
Nice.
shake like, shake me here. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be a lot. Like, a lot of people do this at Disneyland. You're not allowed to
And
do
she's
this at
young enough,
Disneyland,
so
but
she'll get biodegradable glitter because that's the first place I
oh,
go is go glitter. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
of course, you could just use, like, the stuff that you use on your face or you
Yeah.
body like, so it's
Oh,
not so
yeah. Yeah.
toxic and
Yeah.
stuff,
Yeah.
like,
Exactly.
that
Yeah.
kinda stuff.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
just said, "Just take me around in a little salt shaker."
Leave me in places we love.
When
Yeah.
you because we love to travel, so just
Yeah.
shake me around
That's
and
great.
she's committed to that as my
Nice.
instructions. That no plot
Nice.
for me. I don't want to be
Yeah.
grounded in one place.
Oh God, no. And that really is sort of I mean, those are rituals that are have been around since we know, right?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so it's that same thing. Fandom are rituals. I mean, they're in that same family. They're so
Yeah.
important to our well-being.
Yeah.
They're just key to that. We're meaning-making beings, and those things are meaning-making exercises. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely. So everyone, instead of saying be good to you and others, put the fun in funeral.
yeah. There you go. Get some
All right.
glitter. Take Grandpa out in a salt shaker. I love that. That's awesome.
It's
Oh
phenomenal.
God.
Have
Yeah,
some fun,
great.
everybody. Have
Yeah.
some fun. All right. We will
Yes.
catch you in the next episode, everyone. Bye. See you later.
Bye.